بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين ثم الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وآله الطاهرين. Dear and respected brothers and sisters, Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to Imam HUSAIN online seminary. In this series of the classes that we are going to hold for you brothers and sisters, we are going to explain Furoo ad-Deen, the branches of religion, one by one in the coming sessions. But this session, which is the first session, is a kind of introductory session to the branches of religion, in which we are going to briefly introduce to you brothers and sisters the 10 branches of Islam and their meanings. And inshallah we are going to explain all of these 10 branches of Islam one by one in the next coming sessions. Now let's take a look at all these branches. The first one is Salah, and the second one is Saum, the third one is Zakat, the fourth one is Khums, the fifth one is Hajj, the sixth one is Jihad, the seventh one is Amr bil Ma'ruf, the eighth one is Nahy anil Munkar, the ninth one is tawali, and the 10th and the last one is tabari. Let's take a look at their meanings. The first one is Salah, which means praying 5 times a day, which is obligatory upon Muslims. Of course, there are certain other prayers that are also obligatory upon Muslims that we will inshallah cover all of them when we explain inshallah Salat in the coming sessions in details. The second one is Saum, which means fasting in the holy month of Ramadan. And this fasting is obligatory upon those Muslims who meet its certain conditions. Of course, the conditions inshallah will be covered and explained when we inshallah explain Saum in details in the coming episodes. The third one is Zakat, which means giving charity on certain items to needy Muslims. Pay attention please to these certain items, because Zakat is wajib only on certain items that will be inshallah explained in the coming episodes, in which we are going to inshallah explain Zakat in details. So it means that this charity or this giving charity is not wajib or obligatory on all the properties that Muslims have. The fourth branch of Islam is Khums, which means paying 1/5 of our unused annual savings in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the certain group of people that will be inshallah explained in details in the next coming episodes, in which we will inshallah going to explain Khums in details. The fifth one is Hajj, which means going to Mecca for pilgrimage. And of course, this visiting Mecca for pilgrimage has its own conditions, and it is wajib and obligatory on those Muslims who meet the certain conditions of Hajj. That will be inshallah explained in the next coming episodes, in which we will inshallah cover Hajj in details. The sixth one is Jihad, which means struggling and fighting in the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Of course, there are lots of points that must be explained about Jihad, and inshallah we will explain all of them in the next coming episodes, in which we will inshallah explain Jihad. The seventh one is Amr bil Ma'ruf, enjoining good, which means guiding others to do good. Actually, it means to encourage or invite other people to be good people. And of course, it has its own certain conditions that will be inshallah explained. The eighth one is Nahy anil Munkar, forbidding bad, which means guiding others to avoid evils. Actually, again, it has its own certain conditions, that how can we stop others or prevent others from doing evils, that will be inshallah explained later. The ninth one is tawali or tawalla. Both of them are pronounced in Arabic, which means loving the 14 ma'sumeen, the 14 infallibles, who are Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Lady Zahra salamullahi alaiha, and the 12 infallible imams, and following their teachings. So this is the meaning of tawalli, and of course it will be inshallah explained in details later. The 10th one and the last one is tabari. Tabari means staying away from the enemies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the enemies of 14 infallibles alayhimus salatu wassalam, and also at the same time staying away from the teachings of the enemies of Allah and the teachings of the enemies of the 14 ma'sumeen alayhimus salatu wassalam. And it will be inshallah explained later in details. To sum up, I should mention that we briefly explained all these 10 branches of Islam one by one, and inshallah in the next coming series of the sessions, each one of these 10 branches will be explained in details. If you had any question about these branches of Islam, you can share with us. We'll inshallah answer also your questions in regards with these branches of Islam. So stay with us in Imam Hussain Online Seminary. Thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allahumma salli wa sallim wa zid wa barik ala rasulillah wa alihi al-athhar.